applied scientific research and social research, and we try to find scientific solutions to issues, to research that will, to just to have solutions for this research and scientific solutions through researchers and students. We also have a scientific education center that I will talk about it later on, that to make science accessible to the local population and encouraging the study of scientific subjects among the students' population. And here we have quite a good contribution because we mainly go to schools, and schools, as we know, that more than, if it's not 50, more than 50% of it are women. So we have a kind of, we promote and we encourage women especially to study science later on, because there are many women who have really quite skills for this kind of path. In the institute as well, we encourage the biotechnological entrepreneurship. Since the establishment of the institute, we have already established 7 startups, but unfortunately, none of these startups were led by a woman, maybe later on, because as I said, like just a few years ago, we didn't have women as researchers. So maybe from now on, we could have to initiate startups that also can be led by women in this place. Activities of the Institute is, as I said, like applied research in biotechnology and social sciences, education and research services, and also we have community-centered research projects. And later on, you will see, especially in this item, how women, they have really a major role in these projects. In this slide, I mainly put photos or pictures of women, but I didn't want to be too much biased, so I added another photo of a man who works as a research assistant.
But Manal, we have 2 minutes.
How many?
2 minutes.
2 minutes only. Okay. So I just want to say that from 11 researchers, we have 3 women, Dr. Katie Baransi-Karkabi and Dr. Karen and myself. And we have an examples of students, master degree students who already finished their studies, and also PhD students and other stagiaires. I just want to show that I will skip this slide because it talks more about the applied research and applied social research, that also women have a great contribution in these fields as research assistants students, and at the moment also 3 women as researchers. But I want to focus more on the activity of community-based research. And lately we have, Amira Araf had won a grant from the EU regarding the climate change project, which is running at the moment to build climatic resilience in the city of Shifa Amer, which is community-based research, and this project, which falls more in the category of adaptation. She had written all the proposal, she had submitted it, and she had won this proposal with quite, the grant was quite excellent. And she had at the moment her a partner, Dr. Maya Negib from Haifa University. The leader or the project manager of this project is also Ala Obaid, working in this field, which is one of the top projects at the moment. I think in the world, all the world is talking about climate change, and we are running a serious project led by 2 women in this institute, and their partners even are also women. I just want also to mention the Educational Scientific Center, that also the major team of it really are women, and they have from leading the scientific center and just going to schools and students coming to us. So I think we and also in this field, the center has won lately also a grant from the EU to just try to build a scientific educational center that works on the unity and diversity in nature and society. I try to make an overview of what about our activities in the center, role of the woman in this center, and we hope that we just keep, because it's really challenging, we keep increasing the percentage of women who are occupying positions from a research assistant to a researcher to a director whatsoever. Thank you very much for listening.
Wow, Manal, that was great. Thank you. You can hear me?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much. Are there any questions? Can you see in the chat if there are any questions?
No, the chat. No, there's no questions in the chat. Manal, you can stop sharing your screen.
Yes, I will do that here.
Wow, Manal, that was very inspiring, and I wish you lots of good luck in everything that you're doing over there. It's in the north, it's a lot of rain now, so yes, good luck. And now we are reaching our last talk for today, so I'm pleased to invite Ms. Orit Ershtig-Cohen, the CEO of Dead Sea and Arava Science Center. Orit has a master's degree in business managing from Ben Gurion University and a bachelor degree in earth sciences and in geology from the Hebrew University. Prior to her position in R&D, she worked at Megillot Dead Sea Regional Council, where she served as the director of the Tourism and Culture Department and as the advisor to the head of the Regional Council for Gender Authority. So she has two things that she combines here. Well, it's worth mentioning that she is also a member of the board of directors of the Melach Haaretz organization. If you have enough time, Orit, maybe you will share with us what is this organization. So the floor is yours.
Okay, so first, thank you. I will put my presentation. Just a second. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So first I want to thank you for...
אורית, אנחנו רואים את זה איך שאת רואה את זה, לא כמצגת מלאה, לא not on full screen.
רגע.
האם זה על שולחן העבודה שלך? שמור על שולחן העבודה?
אני יוצא, רק רגע. Duplicate.
Just a second, we're still not seeing anything.
And
אני לא רואה שום דבר. Sharon, do you see anything?
I don't see anything. I just see a blank gray screen.
Orit, would you prefer that I will show your presentation? Just tell me where to switch the slide, or you prefer to try one more time? Orit, can you hear me?
It looks like it has frozen. She's frozen.
Yes, she's frozen. Wow. Well, I think that the line is not that stable anymore.
Okay,
What are we going to do? Maybe I'll tell her to reconnect to the...
Now we see something. It says she's leaving.
Okay, we probably disconnected and we'll connect again.
Yeah.
Just we'll wait for a second.
Because Avital told us that once she hanged out, she couldn't rejoin. So I hope Orit will succeed in where Vital failed. Shabana, can you see if she's connecting again?
I don't think she's here, wait, but
okay, so
I'm gonna call her.
I don't see her on.
No, she's.
She was connected the whole convention. Okay, I saw her from the beginning.
Yes, she was here all the time from the very beginning. And I was there when she had done her technicality check. So Shabana, would you like to give the concluding remarks, and if Orit will join us, then she will join after you're concluded.
Okay, so for the last 3 hours or so, we've heard several fascinating talks about the challenges faced by women in STEM in India and in Israel, and the proactive efforts being made in both countries to bridge the gender gap. So what has struck me again is the similarity in the situation in both countries. We found that both countries have quite a high percentage of women studying science right up to the PhD level. So it was something like 44% in India, 52% in Israel. But both our countries, unfortunately, have rather a low percentage of women working in science and technology. So this suggests that in both India and Israel, the real problem is retention. We are losing highly trained, highly educated women to the scientific workforce. So it suggests that perhaps efforts that we could collaborate on should be on how to retain these women. And we've heard that both countries have identified this as a problem and have efforts to tackle this issue. So we heard that in India, for example, the government has started fellowships and grants specifically for women who have had a break in career to bring them back into the scientific mainstream. And okay, she's back. Yes. Should I continue or should I carry over to her?
Let's carry on to her.
With her?
Yes, let's.
Okay, Orit, you can try, yeah.
Orit, you can try again.
Okay, sorry for that. I hope it will work now. In the desert, the communication is a little bit...
Would you like me to operate your representation, Orit, or you want to try?
I'm afraid to try again, so you can put it instead.
Okay, no problem. So just a sec. Okay, so.
So I'm not sure the problem is in the desert.
Probably I don't familiar with Teams. That's why probably it's the first time I'm.
Do you see it in a full mode now?
Not in a full. Only I see all the.
It's gonna take a few seconds, but now maybe.
Yeah, I can. I see it now also like we did before, but
it's in a split one. But let's continue. Okay. Otherwise. Okay.
So you can.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, now.
Okay, yes. So just let me know when to switch. Okay.
Okay, so first I want to thank Sharon for your invitation to be in this important webinar, and also thank you, Amit, behind the scenes to help us. So my name is Orit Hershti-Cohen, and I will. Can you go further and the next slide? Amit, can you?
I did.
We see it.
Okay, we see. So few words about myself. So I'm married to Asaf. We have 3 little kids in the age of 5, 8, and 10 years old. We live in the desert in Kibbutz Mitzpeh Shalem, which is right near the shore of the Dead Sea. You can see my house is over there, not the red one, the one next to it. Wow. And as Sharon described before, I have my BS Science degree in geology from Earth Science in the Hebrew University, and my second degree, my master degree in business managing. And I used to work a lot in the regional council as a director of tourism and culture department, and also the advisor of the head of the regional councils of about the gender. All these issues together, which I love very much, which is people, science, and also numbers, because I love numbers, brought me to my new job over here in the R&D center that combines everything together, and I'm very happy and proud to be here and to be the head of the organization. I'm here only 5 months now, so I'm still studying and learning the organization. Can you please continue? Our R&D is being supported by the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, the government Israel, and also by the municipalities that we are located and sit in their area, which are 5 regional councils, and we're under the auspices of Ben-Gurion University of the Negev. You can see here in the map, it's about a third part of Israel, the area. It's all the desert area and the Dead Sea, the Arava Valley. We have a branch sitting in Masada in the Dead Sea. In Chatzeva, it's the Central Arava branch in the Arava Valley. Another branch in Eilot, which is right near Eilat, and Mitzpeh Ramon, which is in the Ramon's crater. You can continue, please. Our goals, if we'll try to describe it in 2 main legs, the first will be significant applicative scientific research based on the unique features of the region. And the other leg is the contribution to the local communities and the economy of the region. Continue. We believe that all the researchers that we have here in the organization all live in the area. They all live the challenges that they're waking up in the morning. If they're drinking coffee with the neighbors, they will talk about the floods, or they will talk about the mosquitoes, and they will face the challenge that they have in front of them that will lead them to apply the research of science and to get some improved of that. We also have lots of connection with and partnership with the researchers all Israel and also abroad. Can you continue, please? I will continue in the meantime. Amit, can you pass it, or it's only me? Okay. The other leg is about the community. We really believe that we are as an institute that lives here in the desert, in the periphery of Israel, have a lot of contribution to the area itself. It's starting with bringing families to the area that from a science area, and not only agriculture or tourism or the issues that are mainly the people who live here. Also providing lots of local new job opportunities. We have almost 100 employees all over, so it's bringing also work and also other suppliers to the area. And we expertise in consultants for local challenges that they are facing, as I said before. And of course, the promoting scientific literacy and environmental education in the community. It's starting from kindergarten until elder people in the 3rd age. You can continue. We have 4 branches, as I told you, 31 researchers, 40 research assistants, and 17 graduate students. You can continue. We are, all the research that we have, I will tell you a bit only the main issues that we are exploring. In the Dead Sea is microbiology and biochemistry skin lab and applied ecology. In the Arava, it's biotechnology in agriculture and nature-based medicine, ecology, climate change. Mitzpe Ramon, it's geopark, desert ecosystem services, astrobiology in extreme environments. And Eilot, it's renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, ecology, and archaeology. Can you continue? You can skip that also. This is all the variety of research fields. I will not, we don't have enough time, so I'm going to skip it. Interbranch for collaboration. We have the LTR, long-term ecosystem research, that we are one of the stations. It's a worldwide organization. We have the Acacia Research Center, which is also very exclusive to this area in the Arava Valley. And we have the Center of Desert Floods Research Center, which is, we have hydrologists working through all the branches. And only now, a few days ago, we have a main flood over here. We have cameras that can show the floods and even predict when it will, the flow will arrive to the road. It's also helping to the people who live here and also for the roads themselves. Can you please continue? Another interbranch collaboration that we are very proud of is the regional cooperation. We have a collaboration with researchers from Jordan, Egypt, and from the Palestinian Authority. It's something that you will not hear a lot on the press or the media because it's under the table, but it's happening for more than 10 years that we have common research because we are facing the same challenges. If it's floods, or if it's mosquitoes or flies, or if it's some insect that it's in the agriculture that it's not good for the palm trees, and till culture and women that working together, as you can see in the picture over here, from Jordan, and the women from the Arava that making crafts together from recycling tires and solid and things that to use again. Can you please continue? This is the education and the community connection that we have very strongly. Of course, it's because we live in the periphery and it's very hard to bring science over there. We have programs with from elementary school, kindergarten, our researchers are going, and then everyone got equal as advocates in all over Israel. You can continue, please. We have a collaboration with local key stakeholders in the industry. We have lots of factories over here that we bring in them lots of research, cosmetics, medical, cosmetics, and renewable energy and medicine. In agriculture, we have lots of cooperation with the agriculture R&D that we have in the Arava and a lot. And tourism, we have lots of program in the crater, and also the program I told you about with the women. We had a concert to tourist park like Timna right near Eilat of archaeologists. Can you please continue? And I didn't talk about the regional institute, of course, but about the drained monitoring and lots of collaboration with the municipalities that was here in the area. Few words about me being a general director. I'm 42 years old, almost. At the end of this month, I'm going to celebrate. And I think during all my career, I was having a lot of notes that kind of chauvinist, if I say that. In my when I got accepted to the job in the regional council, the first conversation that I had with my head of the regional council was, "I'm very glad that you got this job, but please remember that don't become pregnant in the first year of your work over here." So you can imagine what I did, and 9 months after Shirin arrived to the world, my first baby born, and I was there for the last 11 years. So I think I really start to encourage over there all the trick about women inside the regional council itself, and also in the area over there. But it's something that we have to face and deal with every day, I think, especially when we are surrounded by men in the managing positions. Even here in the R&D, in the board, we have only 2 women members of the board of direction out of 14 members. Inside the institute itself, not in the level of the managing, we do have 13 researchers out of 31 researchers. I think it should be even up. We saw before that it's more than 50% of PhDs in Israel. We are a little bit above the average, but we do have 2 women that are managing the branch out of 4 managers that we have here. Another thing that I'm dealing with it, especially as a young mom, I can say that because I have 3 little kids, it's how the society still treats and see women that are in careeristic women. For example, when there's a class meeting or WhatsApp groups, they will never put inside Asaf, my husband, which is also running a career of his own. He's a tour guide. He can not be at home for 10 days sometimes, but we're running together in partnership how the house will continue and how the kids will be happy and smiling all the time, and health, of course. And all the things around us, it's all the time. Suddenly in the middle of the day, our phone will ring 3 times, so I'm answering. What happens? Did you try to call my husband? No, I didn't. So please try. He's also a partner. He's also raising the kids. I'm not raising them by myself. So it's something that I think it's still happening here in Israel, and it's something that we need. I think in years it's going to change, especially in the generation. It's a little bit changing, but I'm still facing it. That's it. I think what I bring into my child and want to tell them is that they see their mom, that she's working, she's happy, she's successful, and she loves what she's doing every day. It's like a second home, and they see it and they feel it, and I hope they will raise also with their friends and all around them to have this message out. That's it. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Namaste and shalom.
Wow, that was very touching and inspiring, Orit. Thank you so much, and we wish you good luck. Like you just started, so I wish to hear you next year in our next session with India. Okay, so I will give the permission to Shobana to finish her, let's say.
So I will try to be brief. First of all, I apologize to all of you who had technical difficulties. I should explain to you that because the Indian government does not allow us to use certain platforms because of privacy and security concerns, we are somewhat constrained. So this might explain why we had to use a platform that may not be totally familiar to all of you. About the last 3 hours of talks, I've just been reflecting on them. I realized that both our countries, in many ways, the scenario is very similar. I think we both sort of punch above our weight, as the expression is, in terms of science and technology. We're not particularly wealthy countries, but we're very much made a mark in science and technology. We also found that the situation for women in science is very similar. As I already said, we found that in both countries, women are studying up to the PhD level in science and technology fields in quite high percentages, but we lose them after that. Both countries have instituted different kinds of schemes to try and retain women. India has fellowships and grants to bring back women who have had a break in career. The Israeli government has various support networks and mentorship networks. So maybe this is something we can learn from each other. Both countries have schemes to support women entrepreneurs. You have groups like we, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to say the other word in Hebrew. I know it starts with a Y and ends with an OT, but I don't know how to say it. We have our tech parks only for women entrepreneurs. So again, this is something that we can probably interface with and learn from each other. Both our countries have groups that are marginalized either geographically or socioeconomically, and we both recognize the need to bring them also into the mainstream. So I think we have a lot of issues in common, and I think of today's webinar as just the initiation of a discussion. It's been very interesting for me, and I hope also for all of you. And hopefully we can continue to discuss and maybe also collaborate in concrete ways. Before I hand over to Dr. Ujjwala Tirki, who will give the formal vote of thanks, I just want to say thank you to everyone. It's been a pleasure to work with all of you. I would like to especially thank Sharon, Amit, and Ujjwala, who are the three people I interacted with most and who have been extremely cooperative and patient. And over to you, Dr. Ujjwala.
Thank you, Dr. Shobna. On behalf of Department of Science and Technology, India, and Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, Israel, it's my privilege to express a heartfelt vote of thanks. At the very outset, I would like to thank Professor Vijay Raghavan, Principal Scientific Advisor, Dr. Gaia Loren, Deputy Chief Scientist, His Excellency Sanjeev Singla, and His Excellency Naor Gilon, Ambassadors of India and Israel, Mr. Vashni, our advisor, and Mr. Elias, Director Moist, for their valuable time to grace the event. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this is definitely going to encourage us in our future events. Special thanks to all the speakers. It was a delight to listen to the enterprising, empowered, enlightened group of women scientists, academicians, and entrepreneurs. Each one of them delivered a short but specific, precise yet powerful and concise action-oriented messages addressing this vital issue. It gave deep insights into the topic and also revealed some interesting facts which would be of great help to all of us. Hearty thanks to Professor Shobna Narasimhan and Dr. Sharon Rasi for their dedication, diligence, dexterity, and determination in organizing this conference in spite of all challenges. We express our thanks to the entire audience for being a part of this event. We are sure the conference has ignited a spark and gave a new insight to think differently, which would be noteworthy and amazing. We have been fortunate enough to be backed up by a dedicated team, Judith, Sharon, Amit, our mission in Israel, Professor Shobna and her excellent team. And last but not the least, our web support group and my wonderful colleagues at TST. Thank you all. I would like to conclude by quoting Marie Curie, who has rightly said, we must persevere, we must have perseverance, and above all, confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something, and that this thing, at whatever cost, must be attained. Thank you all. Thank you. I will request to just switch on our video to have a photograph, please. All the participants may also join. Everybody has switched on?
Can you see me also?
Yes.
I don't.
Hey, no, I see people here.
Yes. I'll take the next screen also. Just a minute. No. Yeah. Someone else can also take those photographs. Yes. taken. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. It was
Thank
a
you.
great event and looking forward to the next one.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. It was great. Very interesting. Thank you.
Get the photo.